So I finally built a guitar. You didn't really build anything.
What?
You didn't really build anything. You just bought a bunch of stuff and put parts together. You didn't build anything. You didn't build anything. Okay, so I finally bought a bunch of cool parts and put it together and it formed a guitar. Yeah.
Is that acceptable to you?
It's better. Don't lie.
This is a pretty common practice.
But you didn't build anything. Constructed stuff. Legos, dude. I put guitar parts together. If you're into guitars, riffs, mixing, and everything in between, hit subscribe and follow along. Okay, all right, haha, haha, funny stuff, right? Funny stuff, movie magic, man. Isn't it so cool that there was two of me talking? How did he do it? Anyway, all jokes aside, the baritone build is finally complete, and I love it. Now, it didn't come without its hardships, and I made plenty of mistakes. I f***ed a bunch of stuff up, and I'm gonna kind of share those mistakes and my learnings with you, so if you decide to do your own Parts-caster, hopefully you'll have a little more patience than I did and not make these mistakes. So why don't we go over what this Parts-caster is made of, shall we? So here's the gratuitous guy holds product up in front of camera, in front of his face, while the camera autofocuses on random parts of whatever he's holding up in front of him. Pretty cool, huh? So here she is. It's blue. The neck is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it would be perfect had some asshole not flexed his impatient muscle and messed stuff up. Like I said, why don't we go over the parts? First and foremost, the beautiful neck that I was talking about, I'm referring to. This is a Warmoth conversion neck. It is 28 and 5/8 inches in scale. So it's a baritone conversion neck for anything with a Fender neck pocket. That brings us to the body. The body is a XGP Telecaster body with 2 humbucker spots from the people over at GuitarFetish. The neck made it up with this body perfectly. The neck pocket is perfectly routed out for this particular neck, and I would venture to guess that anything that you get that's Fender authorized would fit beautifully into these XGP bodies. So my first experience so far has been wonderful. I already have a second XGP body that I'm going to do for a second build. I currently have it loaded with a set of DiMarzio pickups I had in one of my other guitars that I kind of flexed that impatient muscle I was referring to and gutted so that I could put pickups into it. Because A, I didn't want to wait for pickups to arrive, and B, I didn't want to buy any right now because I'm cheap. I pulled these DiMarzios out of one of my current guitars, the guitar that I haven't played very much, and put them in this baritone, and they fit and function perfectly for the type of tones that I'm getting. I have an Air Norton in the neck and a Super Distortion in the bridge. I also have the wiring buttoned up with the Mad Hatter Terminator solderless system. And this thing, the guys over in Mad Hatter sent this to me. I was talking to them about a build I was about to do, and they were gracious enough to send me this kit. This kit is pretty sick. It basically makes your guitar solderless. So you get the kit that fits your particular setup or your particular schematic, whether it be, so as an example, single volume, single tone for this build, right? So you find the kit you need for single volume, single tone with a 3-way toggle switch, and you're off and running. It includes everything you need, tone and volume. They're CTS pots. So the components, the volume, the tone, come with these terminals. And let me see if I can get this to focus on it. This is an example of the type of terminal that is on the volume and the tone and the switch. And it allows you to not only customize your particular wiring schematic and diagram and system, but you can adjust the value of your volume and tone, be it 250K, 500K, or even up to 750K. And kind of customize it to the particular tone you're going for, the pickups you have, etc. Not only that, if you're someone like me who, yes, I can solder or solder, but I'm not super great at it yet, or still, I don't have enough practice, first and foremost. So you're able to take your 4-wire pickups and wire them in very, very easily with this system. It comes with a little tiny screwdriver so that you can put the wires into the terminals, tighten them down. Everything is solid. Everything is a great connection. And I found it an absolute joy to work with and wire up the guitar. It made things a little bit easier. And in the inevitable event that I swap out these pickups, it's going to make it super easy and very, very clean. So again, a big shout out to the guys at Mad Hatter for sending this particular kit and system to me for use in this build. It made things a lot easier, and it really brought to life the sound of the pickups in this particular guitar at this particular scale length. So definitely look into them and see if it's something that'll work for you. So the next thing we can go over is the tuners, and I am using the D'Addario Auto Trim locking tuners, and this is where I ran into my first issue. I didn't take my time, properly read the specs of the Warmoth guitar neck that I purchased. I did purchase it secondhand off of Reverb. Somebody had purchased it, put it in a build, decided they didn't like it, and sold it. So I reaped the benefit of getting a Warmoth neck way quicker at a pretty good price. And so I didn't really pay attention to the specs in regards to the holes that were pre-drilled for the tuners. And I went ahead and grabbed these, and they were too big. The neck was spec'd out to receive traditionally sized tuners. I grabbed these Diodarios, which are bigger. So the first obstacle was enlarging these holes, and I did it the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. I didn't take my time. I didn't have the right tools. I didn't have sharp drill bits. And I was trying to use home grade power tools to work on this beautiful neck. And it resulted in me f***ing things up, quite honestly. You probably can't tell, not many people will notice, but I'm gonna point it out because it's annoyance to me. So first and foremost, you can see that the owner previous to me had more traditional type of tuners on it, and there's a little bit of an imprint from them, and the holes remain. Such is life, that's okay. The problem that I created for myself is, as I drilled these holes, I had massive amounts of tear out. And luckily I was able to salvage and save it, but that's what happens when you try and rush through things. You don't take your time, and you don't acquire the proper tools to do the job correctly. So, what would I do differently? I would get smaller tuners, different tuners that were designed to fit the original size of the holes, so that I didn't even have to adjust the size. Alternatively, I would have acquired the right tools before I tried to do it with hand tools, with, like I said, consumer grade drills, drill bits, maybe even use a drill press to have a little bit more accuracy and power. So there's one definite thing I learned, and that is like patience. Have some patience when you're doing this stuff, especially if you need to alter the parts or pieces. Had I taken a little bit of time to thoroughly read over the specs, I had done this when I purchased the neck, had I just pumped the brakes a little bit and said, okay, what tuners do I need to get and what size do I need to get? I would have gotten the correct size instead of having to try and alter. So don't do that. So the bridge is a hip shot fixed bridge, obviously, in black, and it fit and worked beautifully. I did have to cut the springs a little bit to get it closer to being intonated properly. Those saddles had to go all the way back in some instances, so removing the spring or cutting the springs down was definitely something that I needed to do, and you might run into as well if you're tuning with a longer scale instrument like I am. The knobs are also courtesy of the fine people at GuitarFetish, and I kind of got black knobs with a little bit of like abalone type of little top thingy. Was hoping it would match the blue or the green, and you know, didn't work out swimmingly, but what are you gonna do, right? The pickup rings are courtesy of Amazon by a company called Sharegoo. Yeah, Sharegoo, whatever the hell that means. I got them because they were super low profile, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show this properly, but there's basically no space. You know what, I'll put a picture up. There's basically no space underneath the little overhang of the fingerboard, so I needed a really, really low profile pickup ring to hold those pickups in. So I found some on Amazon. I ended up using Dunlop. Dickhead, fucking, yeah, great. You got a bike, okay. Did we all have to hear about it? Sorry. I ended up getting Dunlop strap locks, which work beautifully for when I do actually put the strap on my guitar. Grow up, dude. The jack plate is also courtesy of Amazon. It is from a company called Musically Pro. And same with the hardware and the string trees. I ordered them off Amazon as well. Next time I'll probably take a little bit more time, have a little bit more patience, and get maybe some higher quality accessories and like detailed appointments. That's not to say that these are bad, but It took me a couple guesses and tries to get the right input jack plate. I ordered one, lost a piece to it, ordered another one, it didn't fit. Ordered this last one, mounted it before I checked the fit. So I have to remount it so that I don't have so much interference when I'm plugging the guitar in. It's a little tight in there. I just need to plug the guitar in, figure out where it needs to mount, and then mount it. Again, another thing I rushed through because I was impatient. So other than the fact that I chewed up the headstock because I didn't take my time and either acquire the proper fitting tuning machines or the proper tools to enlarge the holes, and not taking my time plugging the cable into the input jack and aligning it properly before I just mounted it, this was a pretty simple build. It was pretty easy, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm addicted to it. I already have some parts for another build, and I will take the learnings from this and apply it to that. It's nice having something that is sort of uniquely yours. It's obviously off-the-counter parts that you can get from various places. You know, people like GuitarFetish, and of course Warmoth makes probably hands down the best neck. I mean, I love my Solar guitars, obviously, and they have amazing necks in their own right, but this neck it feels like the fanciest neck I've ever had on a guitar that I own, and it's from Warmoth. So all the hype is completely true, in my opinion, when it comes to Warmoth. They kill it with their quality construction. The frets are just super smooth. The contour of the neck is beautiful. It's a little bit big, but I'm fine with that. It's got this classic, I think, round shape to it. And I mean, I can't wait to order my own Warmoth neck. I'm looking forward to that opportunity. So definitely, if you're in the market for an aftermarket neck, or especially a baritone conversion neck, take a serious look at them. I know they might be a little bit more on the pricier side, and wait times, given the circumstances of the last year and a half, could be a little bit astronomical, but I think if you just use some patience, have some patience, it's well worth your time and money. The XGP body from GuitarFetish was perfect until, again, little nicks and dings and bumps because some a-hole didn't take his time while he was building it. And I bought this as like a blemish, a B stock, a blemish, and it was in a spot where nobody will see it, and I got a great deal on it. I feel like the body may have been less than 60 bucks. The routing was perfect for the bridge placement, for the neck. The neck pocket was routed perfectly. Everything else, I had no problems with it. I like the finish up until my, Neanderthal hands got a hold of it and decided to not be Gentile. But everything fit perfectly on the body. So as far as I'm concerned, price to performance to like visually aesthetic ratio, you cannot go wrong with getting a body for this type of build from the guys over at GuitarFetish. You just can't. All relating information and links can be found in the description down below. And if you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and stay up to date. And I guess that's all I have to say about this build. You'll see a lot more of this guitar. I hope to build more and gain some more insight. Big shout out to Steven from Gear Stuff and Things for helping me and kind of guiding me through what I might need, what I can look at, options, places to get stuff, always sending me listings for like different necks, if they popped up on Reverb, etc. He's the one who sent me the link for this neck on Reverb, and I was able to pick it up. And, he was a huge help for this build, so thank you, Steven. I love you, buddy. Again, another huge shout out to the guys over at Mad Hatter Guitar Products, especially Electric Ed, for, exchanging emails with me and offering to send me this kit for this build. Obviously, using high quality components is key to getting the sound you want out of your electronics. Mad Hatter, the guys at Mad Hatter, they use CTS pots. They use their in-house Goda or Switchcraft toggle switches, as well as Switchcraft output jacks. So they're using high quality components, and it allows you, again, the convenience of making your guitar a solderless system. And it made this build an absolute pleasure. So thanks again to Ed at Mad Hatter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you get something out of it. Most importantly, take your time with this kind of stuff. Have some patience. Make sure you double and triple check everything you're purchasing, and don't rush it. Don't rush it. I know you get antsy. I certainly did. You're gonna get antsy. You're gonna see parts coming in, and you're gonna wanna just get that thing built. Don't let those feelings, you know, steer you in a direction that's gonna lead to mistakes like this guy did. So take your time, and I think you would truly enjoy kind of having a guitar that is uniquely your guitar, appointed with the things that you find most useful. Special shout out to those of you supporting me over on Patreon, and of course here as members on YouTube. And if you're looking for other ways to support me, the channel, and what I'm doing, I of course have music for sale on Bandcamp and streaming everywhere music is streamed. I do also have merch available, the Riffs mug as an example, and of course I have Wells merch available that I haven't really kind of made overwhelmingly known. But if you're into the Wells stuff, if you're into the Wells project that I do with Stephen Barton from Gear Stuff and Things and Close the Hatch, then, you know, pick up a hoodie, pick up a shirt, pick up a mug. It's cool. Links will be in the description below. I hope you guys are all doing well. Stay safe, take care of each other, be useful to someone, and we'll see you in the next one.